Go.
I'm Nicole Abetz-Webb, and this is my pitch for my final major project. I have chosen to go with the theme public and create a magazine about lesbianism because I feel like there's nothing out there solely created towards lesbians, and I want to change that. I chose to do this idea because it's very personal to me compared with my other ideas. Although my other ideas were also emotionally charged, I feel like this idea would be the most powerful. My idea fits the brief because of the topics I will be including inside the magazine. This could either be within writing or the images, but could also be because I could also relate to the theme itself, public, because the magazine is being created for the public. This is my mood board that I've created to try and show where I've got my inspiration from. Most of the images I have found are from Pinterest. As you can see, there are many images of different magazine covers and layouts to show what style I like. I have also included photos that I like the aesthetic of, as well as things like flowers, hearts, and vintage lesbian pins. As my primary target audience, you can see I've gone more in depth with their likes, dislikes, and attitudes. I have also given them a specific age range and gender. I have chosen this target audience because I feel like they will be more interested in the magazine I'm creating. For my second target audience, I haven't written as much because they're not important, but I have still included them. My magazine will reflect my target audience by revolving around specific topics my audience may be interested in. Following from how my magazine will reflect my target audience, these are the things I'm aiming to include in my magazine. A lot of things I want to include align with my target audience's interests. For example, fashion or photography. When looking at the resources I might need, the main software I need is InDesign. This will be because it's the industry standard software for creating magazines. Although I still think I'll need to use the other two softwares to edit any photos. I might also need to use a camera from college to take pictures and a printer to produce a prototype of my magazine. And there's also the limitations that I may face when making my magazine. I need to consider issues with copyright. If I use any images found online, I will need to make sure they're royalty free. I should also consider technical limitations. This could be things like a weak Wi-Fi signal or any issues with any Adobe software. The type of product I'm creating is another thing I should consider. My aim is to make a paper version and a digital version of my magazine, so I will need to think about how I would make both versions. For the paper version, I will need to look at different settings to print it, and for the digital version, I will need to find a way to display my magazine online. This is my schedule that I have made to keep me on track while making my magazine. The majority of my time is dedicated to research and creating pages for my magazine. I've decided to dedicate so much time to research because I'm writing my own articles for the magazine and I need them to be factually correct. In case I haven't answered any questions, these are just like summarising my PowerPoint. Thank you for listening.
Oh, well done. Any questions? Any feedback?
I'd just like to ask one question. Do you think there's enough magazines out there for, specifically what you're doing your magazine for your target audience? Do you think, are there many magazines out there?
There's maybe like one or two, but there's barely any, so that's the reason I'm doing it.
Yeah, so that's really good then.
Excellent presentation, really well thought out, well researched, well reasoned. As Mandy pointed out, you've spotted a gap in a potential niche in the market. That is very much that is something that you could very much cultivate, and that could help. Could help the success of your project if it were to to take off or to go further. But yeah, really well planned out. You've really got a clear handle on what you're doing and when you and how you're going to go about it. Yeah, just really excellent all around. Well done.
Well done.